Engaging, but forgettable. Too far out, you never get what you need. Too close in, you become the target.
All right, well, I'm Grant from Screen Rant. How you doing today, Joe?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm really thrilled to chat about The Agency with you. I've seen the first few episodes, and it's just such a gripping ride already. I can't wait to see how the rest of it plays out. So I love as well that this is sort of your first big return to a sort of espionage thriller genre since Hannah. I'd love to hear what it's like for you stepping back into that field with this show.
I've always really loved espionage shows. For me, they are essentially about the nature of authenticity, of what's a lie and what's the authentic self, the duplicity of character. And that's a great fun world to play within.
It leads to so many great characters and great intrigue. And I'd love to hear, one thing about this show is it's a really tricky tonal balance, I feel. You have little moments of levity, but then you also have a lot of really serious moments and a little bit of action. What is it like from the direction standpoint, going off of what the Butterworths wrote to really find that balance?
It kind of reveals itself to you. I mean, I think you can try and control a piece of work, but generally there's a seed, and that seed grows through the process of developing the script. And then it's my job to enable that to grow further and to allow it to be itself. The piece does walk a fine balance between something with some kind of genuine attempts at conveying the experience of living the life that these people live, but I think humor is really important as well. I never really believe a show that doesn't have humor, because our lives are full of humor, so that humor is also important to depict real life.
I think I couldn't agree with you more. I think we all need to find humor in our lives. So I love the way this show finds little moments of levity with that. And another thing I love about your work on the show is the color palette and the sort of, it feels very almost muted and sort of cold. And I'd love to hear if that was an intentional mood or decision on your part to really capture the sort of calculated thinking of the agency, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Interestingly, the opening scenes of the show, which take place in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, are full of color. And that's the world he's leaving behind. Paradoxically, when he was there pretending to be someone else, when he was living under an alias, he felt most alive, and he felt most authentic. And then he returns to London and wishes that he could get back to that colour, that authenticity, and most importantly, get back to the woman he loves, but is trapped in London in a prison of lies, and so that colour palette felt to be somehow metaphorical of the situation that he found himself in. There is some kind of dirty yellows in there as well, some warm tones, but it's very much about the kind of the dirt of this city.
I love the way you capture that, and I love that you did put that into thought, because it really does just, like I say, immersed me so much further into the character. And again, I can't wait to see how it continues to evolve. I got to get out of here, so I will wrap up. But Joe, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I truly do appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
This is The Agency. Nothing is personal.